right, guys. Guess I'll start by saying I am not in any way, shape, or form a TikTok fan. Never been a big deal. To me, it's like the video equivalent of Twitter, to where they try to take complex ideas and turn them into little sound bites or like the smallest possible thing, and it kind of contributes to this dumbing down of pretty much anyone who consumes it. But it's still massively popular, and many people get information through it, even if it is dumbed down. So, yeah, I'll just play this clip real quick and then get into my thoughts here. I do want to point out that for many years now, there's been a focused effort to destroy freedom of speech and freedom of the press, etc. And the internet as a whole has been sort of on the chopping block to some extent via litigation or bills and stuff to try and control. And that's an important word. This is the next stage in that whole deal, and it should really fucking concern people. It's not small, but these things happen in like a series of events, and it always they're not gonna just fucking come out and be like, the United States is now state-controlled media, just like Russia, and you are not allowed to say anything. But it don't work like that. They're gonna do it in small little stages, and we're seeing it. They're at least making efforts toward this because they're losing an information war. The truth of the matter is, the United States of America, or at least those in power, want to keep people from getting certain information. And I'll expand on that a little bit more after I play this. All right. This is really just the first thing that I found on it, so it's not really important. This happens to be breaking points. But yeah, I won't be digging too much into them.
Censor and to monitor content. Let's take a listen.
There should be a lot of things done. We should be, in my view, repealing something called Section 230, which gave platforms on the internet immunity because they were thought to be just pass-throughs, that they shouldn't be judged for the content that is posted. But we now know that that was an overly simple view, that if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control.
As he just says, we lose total control. That was a like Freudian slip. Also notice how Hillary, she's a politician. She's been through this sort of psychological warfare and manipulation tactics for quite some time. She chose to include TikTok near the end, or actually it was the very last example. She wanted to make it as if it's just another example of all of the things that I'm using here. Yeah, that's intentional. This is about specific, well, it is sort of broader, but specifically TikTok. And very specifically, what this is kind of fueling this bubble of outrage is a huge majority of people now, or I don't want to say a majority because that's not necessarily true, but a large quantity of people are seeing that the Palestine, the Gaza, Israel situation is giving them information that the narrative that they're told via mainstream media and America is bullshit. People are learning that they can't trust their media any longer. And they honestly, I'll say we, because even this isn't, it's only within like the last few years that I've become aware of how big of a deal it is and how much bullshit has been spewed and the extent by which our media is controlled by the establishment. So she's saying the quiet part out loud here. She's telling you, although she didn't mean to, she's telling you that this is all about controlling the narrative. It's all about controlling what you can and can't see. This is a massive infringement on freedom of speech. And this comes after TikTok lost their appeal to overturn a law which would see it banned or sold in the US in early 2025. It's been rejected, and it's a big deal. So it means that they're trying to limit information, really. They're trying to make it to where they control all sources of information people have access to. And that way they can just completely fucking lie to everybody and act like the United States is the good guy on the world stage. That we only do things that are in the interests of the equality of mankind and democracy, freedom, all that bullshit that everyone's fucking told. Yeah, and this should fucking piss people off because it's a very, very big deal. This is the beginning of fucking, or what could be. I'm not gonna like be an alarmist or fearmongerer, but this is the first stage in what could be an Orwellian fucking nightmare. We could become Russia 2.0 to the point where if even a fucking citizen makes a claim that says anything against the United States or the fucking Trump administration, whatever, is fucking condemned, like imprisoned, fucking targeted, whatever. This goes against the fundamental principles of the United States of America. It's wrong. It should be obvious. And it should also be obvious what is actually going on here. And it should also serve as a way to have a reverse effect. The more the establishment that Hillary Clinton is obviously a part of is outraged by like TikTok, the more it should interest you. It should make you go, what are they afraid of? Why is something like TikTok, like, how does it endanger them or hurt their narrative or whatever? Much in the same way that like anytime the America goes to war and everything doesn't add up, like Vietnam, incredibly unpopular, and we're still seeing ramifications of all the fucking devastation and the way that it fucked over Americans and obviously Vietnam as well. And it's obviously, as with Latin America and many other places, it's because they posed a danger to this hegemony, this capitalist hegemony over everything. The United States believes that it's like the world's dictator. We just do it in a different way. It's not like the Roman style where you just fucking literally fucking take over territory. It's more like you make them subservient to the dollar. If they try to use a different system that's actually more egalitarian and works better for more people and doesn't just fucking shift all of the power to like a few elite pieces of shit that fuck everybody else over, then they do everything they can to paint them as evil, despotic, tyrannical, and then they go fucking declare war and try to destroy them and try to make this whole bullshit narrative that we're the good guys saving the day. this is another example of that same similar idea. Obviously, this isn't like the same thing as war, but you get my point. Thank you.